Okay, I'm back. So, one of the first things that I want to share with you that has been like a true miracle worker over the last few days of getting me out of that first withdrawal period was tea. Um, so, I am going to literally take a whole new approach when it comes to taking care of issues that I go through. Any type of symptom that I may have, I'm going to definitely try and find a natural remedy as opposed to going to the drugstore to take something um, that's fabricated in a pill. Because if there's one thing that has taught me about this weekend, and again, I'm sorry about going in and out of focus. I'm new to this whole recording myself, and yeah, until I get nail all that stuff down, again, this is what you're gonna get. Um, I definitely want to eliminate the mind frame, the thought process that as soon as something happens, whether I get a cold or whatever, that my instant thought is, hey, let's go to the drugstore and get some kind of fabricated pill. Like I was saying before, my dad, he literally has like a remedy, home remedy for everything. The man, he eats boiled eggs constantly. He makes his own what he calls stir fry. Let's not get into the ingredients of that. However, what I will tell you is it's all natural. And it's funny because my husband, he has this saying that he learned. Everything that you go and eat, if you go to the grocery store, everything that you buy for you to take home and cook for yourself, everything you buy on the outside of the aisles is where you want to stick to. That incorporates, obviously produce, fresh fruits and vegetables, and just items that obviously are healthier for you as opposed to everything inside the aisles that are processed foods, things that are not as healthy for you. Okay. So, one of the things that I first found that I absolutely adore taking now every single day, and this will be my ritual now, is this dandelion. God, why am I having such an issue talking? I don't know. Dandelion tea. This dandelion tea is like off the chain. Um, when it tells you, it's kind of cute inside the box. This here happens to be by Lipton, and tells you, I don't know if you can see it. Feel like a new you. You will feel like a new you after you take this stuff. Like I said, I'm still going through the withdrawal symptoms because my stomach is still very touchy. I had like a dizziness, vertigo prior to me starting the withdrawal symptoms because that's part of menopause as well. Some of the things that you can have with menopause, but come to find out, I was having heart palpitations. I was having some serious issues that I went to my doctor about and was hoping that something good would come out of it. Maybe at the time I was hoping some better drugs, prescribed drugs. However, come to find out that, all of this stuff that I was feeling and have been feeling for the last year is tied to not only symptoms from my menopause, of course, but also just the side effects of the prescribed medication that I was on. So, started researching, and and I do have some favorites on YouTube that I now follow in regards to finding out, what you can do for menopause, different types of exercises that you can do. I'm starting yoga. So eventually I have to start, once I get used to that, I don't want to like start recording me doing yoga yet because that in itself is probably going to be, I could probably make a movie from that. But um, I wanted to start off slow and kind of just, get you guys on the path of um, just healthier eating and natural ways to help with menopause, because that's what I'm talking about now, or currently, is menopause. That's what I'm going through. So one of the through research, one of the things that I found was dandelion is really good when it comes to fighting issues of withdrawal symptoms. Not only, and here's the really cool thing. When I was doing my research to find out how I can, better handle the withdrawal symptoms, but my research incorporated how I could better deal with menopause symptoms as well. So everything that I am going to be sharing with you all is not only things that are good for withdrawal symptoms, because this may very well be down your path or coming up for you if you decide to wean yourself or withdraw yourself from prescribed medication like I was pretty much forced to do. Not that it was a bad thing, but obviously I needed it. And the big man upstairs knew I needed it. Yeah, I can hear you talking, Dad. So, this dandelion tea that I asked Chris to pick up from the store for me, it actually has a hint of green tea, which obviously green tea is going to give you that boost of energy, help with the energy. And also, the green tea will help, with detoxing. And that's why this says detox as well. But it also has not green tea, but grapefruit, has dandelion, nettle, and grapefruit. And this is like the best tasting tea I've ever had. I asked Chris how much this box was, because when I opened it, I looked at it and I'm like, yeah, okay. If I'm drinking 2 to 3 glasses a day, this is not gonna last me very long, because as you can see, the packets are big. It's kind of neat how the tea thing looks, but packets are big and this box is big, but the packets are not small. So this ain't gonna last very long. All right, so obviously dandelion tea was one of my quests to help with my stomach issues, because with the withdrawals, you are not going to want to eat, and there's going to be certain things that you can't eat, especially fatty foods and things like that. But you have to have something in your system. You need something. I mean, if it was up to my body and if I let my mind take over in regards to, hey, don't eat anything because you feel like crap, I probably wouldn't eat anything for the next week or two. But that's not gonna work. So dandelion tea is the first thing that I learned that would be good for both my withdrawal symptoms and to help with my menopause. Okay. Um, so right now I am going to, you don't need to see me do this, but I'm going to warm up me a glass or a cup of tea, because I need it to get this day rolling. Something else I mentioned just a little bit ago that I decided that I'm going to start doing is yoga. Because the older I get, the harder I feel, or not harder I feel, but the harder it is for me to get motivated to get to the gym. Even though it was like a year ago when I was freaking just really gymming it out. Not even, no, it's been a little bit longer than that. Maybe a year and a half. When I was definitely, going to the gym and lifting weights and running and all this other kind of stuff. I am going to be hitting 50. Yes. In November. And it's not as easy to get myself going to the gym. So I decided I'm going to try yoga. I think it'll be a little hopefully a little easier. I don't know if that's necessarily true. A little easier on my body than a set of weights, but I'm still going to incorporate, weights and obviously cardio, a cardio routine, but um, things that, some suggestions that I've read that would be helpful with menopause, obviously, is the um, the exercise. So you definitely want to try to bring as much of exercise into your daily routine as you can. Um, Also, so we have exercise and we have diet. One last thing that I know is going to be helpful in regards to pushing through menopause is um, taking time to taking a moment, I guess, to yourself. Um, I don't know what you would call it per se, um, other than taking time to yourself. And that entails taking like a quick, getting up if you're still working, getting up from your desk, and if you have a desk job, walking for 5 minutes. Download, there's a couple apps. One is called Calm and one is called Headspace. I downloaded both. You don't necessarily need both, but I downloaded both. I would suggest downloading, if not one, but maybe both of those, and utilizing those to take a moment and just free your mind. Meditate, get your mind away from the everyday things that you do. One one thing that I learned through my research and obviously dealing with my menopause on a daily basis was the more stressed you are, the worse your symptoms will be. So if you can get a moment, especially if you are still working, you're at a job that is very stressful, taking a moment and just, you know, doing a couple of breathing exercises or listening to some calming music, or something that I do now is I will force myself to get up from my desk and walk around the building, not outside the building, but walk in the building. I will go to a bathroom that's further away for so that way I can get in some more steps and literally take 5 minutes away from my desk just to walk and free my mind from the work and think about something else that that's good in my life, something that I've been blessed with, um, so on and so on. And then before I wrap this video up, one of the last things that you need to incorporate would be some, definitely, water. Make sure you are drinking lots and lots and lots and lots of water. I know for me that's a hard one, and it's still kind of a struggle for me even now because I don't particularly care to drink a lot of water. But after doing my research and going through my withdrawal symptoms, water has really helped me at least keep my body replenished with some type of fluid. That way I can continue to go to the bathroom and be able to get things flushed through. Even though I'm not eating as much as I used to. Again, not a bad thing, but not particularly the way I would like to lose my weight. Um, Even though I'm not eating as much, if you're not going to be eating as much, if you happen to have to go through the withdrawal symptoms, or you need to kind of scale it down, drink that water. That's going to help. Okay. um, I guess that's it for now. I'm going to try to get a little bit more professional on how I do these things. The makeup, I'm not a makeup wearer, so what you see is what you're going to get. I will probably dabble around in some makeup sessions here and there because I've been watching some videos. It's the funniest thing. I watch these videos where these girls, it's like a literal transformation. They're like totally just, down to earth looking like me right now. And I can say that because if I'm going to talk about somebody, I'm going to talk about myself. Down to earth looking. And then all of a sudden they put on this gourds and gourds of makeup to make themselves look totally different. And it's just the neatest thing. Not that I'm going to put that kind of makeup on me because I never like wearing that much makeup. I'll do that every now and then, but I'm not a makeup wearer and I don't care to put it on my face. My dad is always, that's one thing my dad is adamant that I can really go to him on is um, don't you don't have to utilize all that stuff to look pretty. If you're everybody's naturally pretty. And my mother too, she's not one to wear a whole lot of makeup. You might have some lipstick, you might have some mascara or some, eyeliner or whatever, but that's about it. So I'm thinking about maybe trying to try some of that stuff and do some videos on it just to see if I can do something like that. I know when I did some, I had some pictures taken at one point in time in my life, and when I did these pictures, I had a whole like facial makeover, and I posted those pics. I posted the picture of me and Chris together. It was prior to the session. It was right before the session, I think, or right after the session, and I looked totally different. Of course, I was a lot skinnier, but my face looked totally different because of all that makeup. So I might play with it here and there just to see if I can do it and make some videos on that stuff. You guys can tell me what you think about it. At any rate, it was cool sharing this stuff with you, and hopefully, it's something that you'll be able to utilize, if not now, sometime in the future, if you have to go through something like, menopause or withdrawal symptoms. At any rate, it was great spilling the beans on that because a lot of people don't like talking about it. But you know what? Another thing that I learned while doing my research is the more people we can have talking about these type of issues, the more ways we can reach out to each other for help and also for ideas on how to beat the symptoms because they are no joke. All right. Peace out, everybody.